Okay, you see this scale on your notes, and it shows you the full range of possibilities when you're talking about probability, from impossible to certain. Impossible has a probability of 0. 50-50, if something's as likely to happen as not to happen, like flipping a coin and having it land heads, that's 1/2. Now we're most often going to, like the probability of heads, we're most often going to represent that as a fraction. But you could also represent it as a decimal or as a percent. It's just most often we'll use fraction form. That's the more typical way to see it, especially because it's a ratio. Favorable outcomes to possible outcomes. You can see it. You can sort of see the ratio, and it has more meaning in fraction form. So you're familiar with a dice cube. It's got 6 faces. There's a 1, there's a 2, there's a 3, and opposite of the 1 face there's a 6, opposite of the 2 faces a 5, and opposite of the 3 is a 4. So the sample space is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is all the ways the one die, singular for dice, one die can land on a 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, a 5, or a 6. So what's the probability of rolling a 5 on a standard dice cube? What's the probability of rolling a 5? There's only 1 5, so 1 favorable outcome. And there are 6 ways the dice can land, so 6 possible outcomes. So the probability of rolling a 5 is 1/6. Some of this is not on your notes. For example, this is, and these are just examples I'm giving you to try to help you understand this. So for this particular example, rolling the dice cube, 1/6 is probably right around here. So certainly not impossible, but not very likely. Closer to impossible than certain, but certainly possible. Every 6 rolls you would expect to get 1 5 on average. What's the probability of rolling a 7 on a standard dice cube?